Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, May 12th, and there are only 13 days left of distance learning. Almost time for summer vacation. Woo! We are working on our purple checklist right here today. We're going to do 3 assignments: ELA, math, and social studies. For ELA, we are working with homophones. And homophones, as we have learned, are words that sound the same when you say them, but have different spellings and different meanings. So, for example, to. I am going to write a letter to my friend. To. Mrs. Van Auken has 2 sons. And 2, I like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars too. This first word, meaning that you're going to meaning the transaction of one, the other. The second, meaning the number 2. And the third, meaning also. Transaction. There you go. So although those 3 words sound the same when we say them, they all have different spelling and different meaning. Our page today looks like this. We can even think back to our Go Noodle experience where we use the words bye, bye, bye. I'll write that one up too. Bye, bye, and bye. I'm smiling so much because I'm just singing that song in my head right there. Bye, 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 bye. Never want to make it tough. Just that I had enough. Baby, bye, bye, bye. They all sound the same, but they mean something different. Do you guys know what those 3 words mean? Why don't you go ahead and write some comments on our Teams page. For our homophones today, choose just one match of words for each puzzle piece. So you're going to choose a total of 2 matches on the page. So for example, I'm going to choose deer and deer. So I'm going to write deer, D-E-E-R, in one line, and deer, D-E-A-R, in another. And then I'm going to write the sentence going across the top. Now I do want to make sure that this deer falls into this box and that this deer falls into this box. You can make up a sentence for each one of those words. So maybe the deer was in the woods. There you go. And on this side, I'm going to pretend like I'm writing a letter. Dear Mom, comma, I love you, period. Ooh, can't forget my closing. There you go. You do not have to write a sentence that contains both words. You can write 2 separate sentences right there. But if you want to try and challenge yourself to make one sentence that contains both, just make sure that you're using, so if we were to cut it into a puzzle, that the words would be lined up in the proper spaces. There's many different ways that we can do these types of activities. So I just want you to feel as though you're not doing something wrong if you're not completing it exactly how I describe in this video. If I find that I need to understand your work more, I will just send that back to you and ask for you to just change a couple things. But if you are working ahead and you're not following exactly this, or if you like write the whole sentence across, I'm really just looking for your understanding of homophones. So send me what you have and I will look at it and check for your mastery. For math, we're on page 2 of our new packet, working with those columns and arrays right here. And we discussed how columns go up and down. This one's actually asking for rows. Rows go across. So we have 5 rows of, so how many teddy bears do we see here? So we have 5 rows of 3 teddy bears. And for columns, we have 1, 2, 3 columns of how many teddy bears? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to write this repeated addition right here. Rows, again, going side to side, and columns going up and down. So we're looking for the understanding here of rows and columns, and then repeated addition. And for social studies, that compass rows north, south, east, and west. Today, we're going to do a front and back. So we've even gone as far in our class as to identify the directions that would be coming out this way. So if you want to write those in just to show me that you remember that, that would be amazing. So we're going to fill this out. Where is north, south, east, and west? You can either write just the letter or the whole word. Remember your capitalization on this, it is important. And then on the back, we're going to use those little symbols to answer which direction would you go to find that item. Again, you can write the word or the direction. I would like to see you write north, south, east, and west at least once on your paper so that I can check to see that you understand how to spell those words. And that's it, guys. We got one more thing that I wanted to show you. I must ask you, actually that's one of the ones that I gave out to you guys, to remember about our rocks this week. So if you want to go into your yard and find a rock to bring to our Zoom meeting on Thursday, we will try and identify that. Some of the ones that I have, so this is one. So what type of rock do you think this would be? Notice the colors. It's very smooth. And I want to show you this one. I wish I remembered where they all came from, but I don't know. Oh, it's dusty. Sorry about that. So what type of rock would this be? And then I also have this one. Or these are all different rocks that I found from throughout the United States where Mr. Van Auken and I have traveled. And the last one I'm going to share actually is labeled. This was a trip that I went on with my mom, and this is from my first home. Okay, so this is actually a piece of the wall, but what type of rock is it? So in Rhode Island, they have lots and lots of rocks, a lot different than the land here in Florida. And they like to build walls out of these rocks. Can you identify what type of rock they use? And one last one, just to show a little bit of a difference. There's another rock from the same yard. It just shows you how different it is. You see some of those great layers in there. What are those layers from? What causes that? So, I do wish that I was in school so that we could share our rock collections with one another, but we're going to make it work. We're going to share them digitally. So, feel free to upload your pictures. Let's put them on the science page in Teams. Show us your rock collections. I know many of you have gemstone collections. If you want to share those, you can as well. I would appreciate it if you were able to give us some written details, if you know the names of the rocks that you have, or if you can tell us where you get them from. Your writing along with your pictures gives us the backstory to what is going on there. So I hope you have a terrific Tuesday, and I'm here if you need me. Extra Math, Moby Max, check in on Teams. We'll see you Thursday at 11:15 for our Zoom Room Lunch Bunch. Have a great day, everybody.